Boy and People's Last Stand. How y'all doing today?
Hey, everybody, how y'all doing? Hello,
Looks
everybody
like
in chat.
we got Super Dave, Neil Robert. Who else is out there? That's it.
That's good.
Oh, let me get the John Boy. I had to make sure I'm broadcasting over there. But yeah, man, it's
I
been
know.
crazy. I don't know how to start this. I saw Nancy Pelosi this morning. I saw she was supposed to go live. I ran out here to my shop. I cranked up the computer. I sat there and got the DU recorder ready, or the screen recorder, and I
Right,
sat there and found it live. I got to searching and found it live, and man, I recorded it. It's just unbelievable,
right.
unbelievable.
But it's pretty sick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna take these. That's just part of my costume, jammer. Got good guy Jeff in the house.
Cool.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? But yeah, it's been crazy, man. Nancy Pelosi got up on live TV today, and they're going to go ahead with the impeachment. And she was reading a script. You could tell, man. She'd goof up on the word, easy words. If you meant it from your heart, you wouldn't be doing like she does.
Exactly. Exactly. But they're all full of lies and innuendos. There's no fact
Yeah,
or anything behind anything. That's the issue problem that I have with it all is where's the truth? Where's the real truth in it? You know,
there's
we
no.
they're again they're shuffling things around, lying to the citizens of the United States, trying to misdirect them and believing them. But even the well, we'll talk more about the constitutional lawyers and all that stuff as well too. After you do your Nancy Pelosi thing on this, we'll
Yeah,
talk more
I'll
about
do
that
that.
too.
Unless you're ready to do it now.
No, you go ahead. No,
Wait,
no, no. Let's go. Let's hear.
look at that clown. Look at that clown right there. I'm sorry. I got,
That's
I'm
a good one.
sorry.
That's a good one. That
Oh
looks
man,
funny.
y'all. Let me get that on.
Oh
But for
Lord.
some reason, the way I have to format this, I cannot. I don't know. It's crazy. I have to screen share my whole screen to make this show up. I'll show you what the problem. Well, I ain't gonna worry about it. We'll go
That's
ahead.
all right. As long as we know as long as we can see what's going on, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop us off the screen,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go ahead and back this up. And we're gonna listen to this thing first. I guess I gotta go through my speakers, and we're gonna listen to it first. If anybody didn't hear Nancy Pelosi this morning, and this is fair use, by the way. I need to figure out how to turn these notifications off. But here we go, guys. Uh-oh. Why can't I find the play button? There we go.
There it is.
From an oppressive monarch for, among other grievances, the king's refusal to follow rightfully passed laws. In the course of today's events, it becomes necessary for us to address, among other grievances, the president's failure to faithfully execute the law. When crafting the Constitution, the founders feared the return of a monarchy in America. And having just fought a war of independence, they specifically feared the prospect of a king president corrupted by foreign influence. During the Constitutional Convention, James Madison, the architect of the Constitution, warned that a president might betray his trust to foreign powers, which might prove fatal to the Republic. Another founder, Governor Morris, feared that a president may be bribed by a greater interest to betray his trust. He emphasized that this magistrate is not the king. The people are the king. They therefore created a constitutional remedy to protect against the dangerous or a corrupt leader.
You know what? I'm gonna have to stop right there. Last time.
No, go ahead.
Oh, my bad. Whew. You know, let's just go ahead and pick this thing apart.
Let's do it.
Because I swear, man, the stuff she's saying is ridiculous.
It doesn't make sense anymore.
Well, I mean, she said the Constitution was made to keep the president from being bribed, but yet they're trying to say the president is bribing another country. Well, the Constitution, he wasn't bribing another country, but the Constitution is set up to keep the president from being bribed. It doesn't say anything about bribing another country. I'm not saying it did that. I'm just saying.
I know. Well, all they're doing is they're just mixing words. They're trying to mix words just enough to get people to believe what they're saying. This trash is just trash talk. That's all it is. And people out there are agreeing with them. See, this is what the problem is. Unfortunately, we don't have what they call them, real fighters in the Republican side.
Well,
real constitutionists, you know.
Well, maybe they're just sitting there trying to let them get. Hey, open your eyes, peeps. Maybe they're trying to just give them enough rope to hang themselves for the daggum treason that they're putting on this country, because it is a treasonous act.
Well, it is. It is, and the Constitution states that too.
Yeah,
when they made the Constitution, part of the reason why they put some of that stuff inside the Constitution was to protect us from not only from foreign but domestic as well too, and it's also supposed to be for if government gets too big.
Well, that's what she said. It was the people are the king. Okay, we're the people, right? Well, if you took a vote, if this president should be impeached, 90% of the people will say no. All right,
exactly.
People are king. That come out of her own mouth.
Yeah, but how do you?
And then this is supposed to be a republic, but they keep calling it a democracy.
Exactly.
I mean, what is it? A republic or a democracy?
They don't know anymore.
It's a democracy. When the government
that's what it is
over the people, it's a democracy.
That's it.
When the people rule the government, it's a republic, and we do not get to rule. I mean, even if you think you're electing people in, they're not representing you.
Exactly. They don't represent me. They don't, not at all. They push their agendas upon us, and then they expect us to understand it and believe what they're saying is true.
And their agenda violates our constitutional rights.
Exactly. Just like I was telling you just a minute ago, John, by what happened here in Colorado just now. And this is just a few minutes ago that Bloomberg's here in my town. He's pushing his agenda for presidency, pushing the issue on gun laws. And, this is what I'm talking about. We don't even get notified in our own state that this guy is going to be here in Colorado so that we can go down there and we could stand up for our rights and that and not allow him to push his own agenda only. But the words need to be heard from us. But we're not notified. Exactly. There was no notification. I didn't hear nothing on the news about him being here in town until it was on the news. And this is all about because of the Aurora shooting at the theater. And that's what this is about. This is an agenda to push their issues on everybody.
They want to disarm America so they can enslave us totally.
Exactly. And the problem is nobody is seeing it. That's why I was so upset that this morning, and I got to say this to everybody out here so you all understand what's going on with me today. I got up this morning and heard this crap this morning and I said, that's it. I'm tired. I'm not going to deal with this no more. I'm tired of nobody wanting to do anything or deal with what's going on out here in society and that, except just get on here and talk about the stuff and that's it. Well, the thing is this. I talked with John Boy and that, and John Boy's right. If we can at least reach one person out here and we can at least get you guys to motivated to get out and do something, then we've done what we can do. But our hands are getting tied, and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter on us, to where we are not going to have the right to go out and have freedom of speech and say what we want to say. And that's why I'm pushing this stuff. And that's why John Boy is pushing this. And a lot of other channels are pushing this issue as well, too, about your constitutional rights. And as long as we have these people that are up there on stage yelling at us over their television saying that our president is not right, and he's done all this stuff, bad stuff to us, but yet there's no proof on it. They even had constitutional lawyers up there just recently. And they asked them, the Republicans asked them on the other side, they asked them, these guys, well, you're here to tell us about what the constitutional laws are. You're not here to tell us what the president has done wrong, because there has been nothing that's been pushed out there to say that it's been proven that he's done all this stuff. They have no proof or anything. Everything is just hearsay, and that's all it is. So people got to wake up and understand hearsay does not mean it's fact, guys. And go ahead, John Boy.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, and it's not right for us as citizens to sit back and not acknowledge when they make I shouldn't say mistake, when they do it on purpose and call us a bunch of liars and we don't know what we're talking about or anything else. Yeah, the deplorables out here. We have our constitutional rights, folks. And if we got two of them taken away from us, the First and the Second Amendment gets taken away from us, we are screwed. Do people understand this? We are screwed. We will not have any rights at all. And then they can implement everything they want to do. Right now, that's the thing that's stopping them right now is Trump. He is stopping them right now. Because he did, I don't agree on everything, and I don't follow Democrat and Republicans and libertarians or whatever. I don't follow them. I follow my own footsteps. But the thing is I hear what he is saying. He did say about our guns that he's going to protect our guns. Well, that was a good thing. Now let's see what's going to happen with this. What they're doing is they're pushing, and they're using every avenue that they can find, every little word that they can use to discredit the president, so they can get him out. This is an agenda, guys, to get the one world order in control. That's what it comes down to. And we've got to pay attention.
Right. I was trying to do my part with this John Boy for president thing. I was trying to get enough notarization or notoriety, I should say, to get people to understand they're losing their constitutional rights every day in this country. Right. And I, for one, have been a victim of losing my constitutional rights for the last 20 years. I got so many different stories I can tell. Right. And I wanted to push this John Boy for president so I could sit there and at least make a little ruckus, make a little ripple in the pond, kind of get noticed, and have people hear what is going on.
That's right. And the real truth.
Yeah.
Not what the money with the people with the money pushing in these representatives in their pockets and that. We don't want to hear them anymore because they're not standing up for us. We need somebody fresh, somebody new, somebody's going to actually make sense and give the information that we need to have. Now, all of you guys out there, John Boy and me tried, and Jenny B tried. We tried to get John Boy on the ballots and stuff and everything. We tried. But the problem is we can't do this because there's nobody out there that's willing to stand behind us on it. Nobody. And that's the problem. We can't even get family members. I mean, nobody, because they're all afraid of backlash on them. And that's what got me this morning when I realized that we're out here on our own. If we had people that are actually wanting to make a difference in this country, like we're trying to do, John Boy, and like Pete Santelli was trying to do, and what Ben Time the Traveler was trying to do as well, and Patrick, all these guys trying to do this stuff and everything. But the problem is they got people and everything that are all signed up with them and everything. But what they do, what the problem is, it's good that we have people that support us in this kind of stuff. But the problem is support is not enough. Support is not enough. We have to be able to get out and fall and do something about this. But the problem is nobody wants to do it. They're afraid, and I understand that. I understand people are afraid of the situation and that, but we can't be afraid anymore, guys. It's a matter of your life and your children's lives. Your constitutional rights are going to be gone here real shortly. If they impeach the president of the United States, and hear me again on this, if they impeach him in the United States, you know what's going to happen. We will not have the Second Amendment anymore. We will not have the Second Amendment, First or Second Amendment. We will not have them anymore, guys. We will be under control, and they will have their hands right on us, and they will control us completely. It's bad enough we're being controlled right now on everything that we do or say. You know, we're taxed on this, and we have no say on most of the stuff anymore. We have to follow their rules, not the people's rules, the constitutional rules. We can't, and we're getting screwed in the end.
And they're twisting the constitutional rules to do what they're doing.
Yeah.
And, you know, that's why Trump's going to sit there and take it to the Supreme Court, where he's in a real court.
Right.
Where he can actually get witnesses and stuff.
Let me address this real quick with what Jenny B says. Jenny B says that she stopped because she thought John Boy wasn't going to do this anymore. No, the reason why all this stopped completely is because not even our close friends that are out there, Jenny B, did not want to support John Boy on it. They did not take a step to make to continue this going. That's what the problem was. John Boy got frustrated with the stuff and everything, so he stopped saying anything. But the problem is there's nobody out there that is supporting us in regards to this. That's what the problem was. It had, and I was at first, I thought it was John Boy, but it wasn't John Boy. John Boy just got tired because he knew the same thing, that he wasn't getting no support from the people that support us.
But if I can get monetized, it will go toward John Boy for president. I'm telling you. And dadgum YouTube took away 200 hours. They had me in processing for 2 days. I had 4,120 hours.
All right.
Then all of a sudden, 2 days later, I only got 3,923 hours. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
So
that's the way. That's what the problem is that we're having. We have so many blocks stopping us from being able to do what we need to do to continue this effort to at least get John Boy's name out there so we can get some kind of press so they could hear what John Boy's got to say, because John Boy's words are exactly what everybody else on YouTube right now is saying. And the problem is we can't get our words out because YouTube will not allow us to push it out. So we need to be backed by you guys. But the problem is we can't do this alone. There's no way of being able to continue doing this and push the effort. But now they got Bloomberg over there pushing it. The guy that's freaking got, banned the freaking soft drink sizes and stuff in his state. That's a president. That's a president? I don't think so.
He's a billionaire.
Yeah, exactly. Money, money, money. That's what it is.
What's going on either side news, and we had agony in the house. Jim G. When I do these important lives like this, it's hard for me to speak to the chat.
It is.
So I apologize, but should I finish up this daggum video real quick?
Yeah.
I won't interrupt it. We'll just talk about it. Y'all just listen to this crap. Let me try to share this thing again. I'm sorry I have to do it this way, but it's the only way I can get it to work.
Governor Morris feared that a president may be bribed by a greater interest to betray his trust.
I'm sorry.
He emphasized that this magistrate is not the king. The people are the king. They therefore created a constitutional remedy to protect against a dangerous or corrupt leader: impeachment. Unless the Constitution contained an impeachment provision, one founder warned, a president might, quote, spare no effort or means whatsoever to get himself reelected. Similarly, George Mason insisted that a president who procured his appointment in his first instance through improper and corrupt acts might, recoup his guilt, and return to power. During the debate over impeachment at the Constitutional Convention, George Mason also asked, "Shall any man be above justice? Shall that man be above it who can commit the most extensive injustice?" In his great wisdom, he knew that injustice committed by the president erodes the rule of law, the very idea that of fair justice, which is the bedrock of our democracy.
I'm sorry.
And if we allow the president to be above the law, we do so surely at
Froze
the
up on
peril
us.
of our republic. No one is above the law. Over the past few weeks, through the Intelligence Committee working with the Foreign Affairs and Oversight Committees, the American people have heard the testimony of truly patriotic career public servants.
What a laugh.
Some of the president's own appointees. The facts are uncontested. The president abused his power for his own personal political benefit at the expense of our national security by withholding military aid and crucial Oval Office meeting in exchange for an announcement of an investigation into his political rival.
You know what? I just got to stop it right there, man. After this dadgum speech she did, when she left the stage, the reporters started saying, well, this should surely help the Democrats' election process. Well, right there, is that not telling you this is election meddling? But yet they're trying to get Trump for election meddling? I mean, come on.
Well, that's what it is.
I know. I mean, the newscasters, the reporters, George Stephanopoulos or whatever his name is, he was like, this should really help the Democrats in their election campaign. Well, right there, if you think that's going to help them, this is election meddling. Big time.
Right.
I'm sorry. Look, you want me to finish this?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. I got to turn my speakers up, so that's the only way to put the sound out. I like OBS better because I can go straight from the window to the
yesterday.
What you call
The
it?
Judiciary Committee. At the Judiciary Committee, the American people heard testimony from leading American constitutional scholars who illuminated without a doubt that the president's actions are a profound violation of the public trust. The president's actions have seriously violated the Constitution, especially when he says and acts upon the belief. Article 2 says, I can do whatever I want. No, his wrongdoing strikes at the very heart of our Constitution.
What wrongdoing did he do?
They haven't proved anything. They haven't proved nothing.
He hadn't done anything. That's the whole thing. Look. All right, on that phone call, he told Ukraine to open up your investigation. All right. He didn't say investigate Joe Biden. He said open up your investigation on the corruption you have. Well, that goes to Burisma. Well, who's connected with Burisma? Joe Biden, Hunter Biden. They don't want the investigation to go on because it will put Joe Biden and Hunter Biden in the spotlight as being corrupt.
Well, why do you think they don't want Hunter up on the stage and that for us to hear him? Because they know what's going to happen if they put Hunter Biden up there. You know, that he's going to be scrutinized by all the representatives of the Republican Party. They're going to go after his hiney in that. But but go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just going to say, did you see where Joe Biden was having his little rally? It was like 20 people in the room, and this guy got up, about 83 years old, and he said something about, Joe putting his son in the oil company over there. And Joe got mad and called him fat. And, Joe did not hold his composure at all. I mean, he called that guy fat, got mad.
Oh, yeah. And this is the guy that they want to push to be the president of the United States. This is the guy, the same guy that was what? Let me see.
Rubbed the hair on his legs in the swimming pool.
The same guy that was the same guy that was Obama's right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
Why would we vote for somebody like that?
We're not.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna finish this thing up. I guess I might stop it if I don't know. Wave your hands if you want me to stop it.
Three co-equal branches, each a check and balance on the other. A republic, if we can keep, said Benjamin Franklin. Our democracy is what is at stake. The president leaves us no choice but to act because he is trying to corrupt once again the election for his own benefit. The president is engaged in abuse of power, undermining our national security and jeopardizing the integrity of our elections. His actions are in defiance of
who's jeopardizing whose integrity of elections? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's these people that's pulling this impeachment.
It's all lies, man. It's all lies and innuendo, and it's picking at little words that saying that he means this or he means that, you know, instead of the facts. They're not giving facts. All they're giving is innuendo stuff and everything. That's all they're doing.
All these hearings, everybody's like, well, I feel like this, or I took it as that, or I don't remember. You know.
Right. But the biggest problem they're going to have is come election time when these other Democrats are going to be up for election soon. Okay. And when they're up for election, and if they continue to push this issue in regards to impeachment on Trump and they sign all this stuff, man, them guys are worried. They are literally worried about their seats. They are.
Look, I think what this is he's drained the swamp, but now he's getting the scum off the bottom, and he's letting these people do what they're doing. Because, I mean, look how, you know, when they're trying to figure out these drug rings, man, they'll be in there for years because they're trying to get to the top. They're trying to get the head honcho.
Exactly.
So that's all he's doing is letting all these people come out so they know who to go after.
All right.
I'm not worried about Trump getting impeached because he's not going to. There's no grounds to impeach him on at all. Right.
But this is just my opinion only, guys. So take it with a grain of salt.
Well, mine too.
If hypothetically that he does get impeached, they're going to get what they want because there's enough people in the United States that disagree with this impeachment stuff that's happening. And if he does get impeached, there will be people on the streets, and that gives them the excuse to go ahead and pull out the what do they call it, martial law.
Yeah.
And then they have control completely. That's when they can take that. That's when martial law, guys, and most of you guys know this, once martial law is called, that means anything could happen here. That means
they can move you out of your house.
Anything.
They can take, it's called ultimate domain.
Right.
They can come in and take everything you got, and you're left with nothing but a FEMA camp.
Yeah, my recollection, excuse my word. When I saw that Boston explosions, remember that, John Boy?
Yeah.
And remember when they started searching for those guys?
Yeah.
Remember what they did to the. Yeah, remember what they did to the citizens of that state? That's exactly what they're going to. That's exactly what they're going to do here, and that was just a bombing, guys. That was just a bombing that happened.
Hardcore. They will have the military out, not just that was the local police. Imagine and they when were they got the state police and military.
Exactly. Well, remember when they brought in those freaking big old freaking anti-tanks that they drove down the streets and that going into people's houses. One guy stood outside his window, up on his window on his second story, and took a picture. And the guy was up there with a freaking machine, with a gun pointing at him up there. Yeah. This is the stuff that we're talking about. What's going to happen to this country if people do not make a stand and do something about it now? We've got to fight back any way we can. I was about ready to give up this morning. I was seriously going to give up and say, forget it. I'll take care of my own family and protect my own family, and that's it. And everybody else can go to you know what. But I can't do that. I have to be able to come out here, and I have to express my feelings and my opinions and my viewpoints on what's going on in our country. You've got to make a stand, people. You've got to get your family to understand that this is not a matter of just letting it go. This is a matter of life and death.
This ain't a TV show, people.
That's right. And what's
real.
and what everybody else is seeing out here in the nation right now is not reality. That is not reality. Everything that you guys have been watching since you were a kid and growing up and everything has been set up for these times that we're at right now, to where we're going to lose everything. This is not a joke. This is reality that I'm saying, not the reality that's out there. Out there's lies, deceit, and take everything from all of us, and they get to have the best, we get nothing. So that's what it's coming down to. And John Boy is right when he says they're calling it a democracy. This is not a democracy. This is a republic. That's what this is.
Treat it as a democracy, because
the government
tells us everything we can do and not do. Look at the Obamacare. I mean, really?
Right.
That was democracy all the way right there.
Right.
They put that on the people. Nobody had a choice.
Right. You remember Hillary when she came out? Well, you don't need to read it. Remember that? Do any of you guys remember?
Oh, it won't affect anything you've got going now.
No.
You know how many people lost their health insurance that was good, and then they got the daggum whatever kind of crap they called. Man, my brother played, trying to get insurance after that stuff happened.
Right. But that's the reality. That's the reality of what happens when they do what they do. It's not us voting. We didn't vote for that stuff, guys. Did anybody in chat vote? Go up there and vote for it and say, yeah, let's go ahead and do it? No, you guys did not. Your representatives went up there and did that. That's what the problem is. They do not represent the full people of the United States. They do not represent you and I. They do not care. All they care about is what's going on in their own pockets and how high they can get up on that stage. That's what's going on. But we've got to fight back. And this is the only way that we can do it right now, because we can't get it out there and we can't get in there. Right now, we're being pushed down by YouTube at the same time, too. Plus, other platforms are doing the same thing as well. They're pushing the governance, saying that they can't do this stuff, they can't do this stuff. So they're passing it all down to us. And it's just that simple.
Yeah, YouTube is an example of what our government is doing to us.
Exactly. And you guys are the ones that made YouTube. And like I said before, without us, there would not be YouTube. YouTube made money because of you guys, because of the creators out here. That's how they made their money. And now they want to take it away from you. Just without giving you any rights. You don't have a phone to call them, nothing. Just like the government, guys. Just like the government. They do exactly the same thing. And as long as these big corporations follow what the elites and them say for them to do, this is the way it's going to be. But the problem is, Super Dave, you're right. It would take up to 1 million citizens. But like I said before, you remember what happened with the guy in Hong Kong? A 21-year-old boy. A 21-year-old boy went out there and he got that started out there. What the heck's wrong with the American citizens of the United States? Are we afraid so much and so dumbed down that we just are shaking in our boots down here? Our forefathers of the Constitution would be laughing at us right now. Because we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing here, guys, in our own country. You have the rights. Your constitutional rights were given to you. Your God-given rights in the United States, and they have taken it and shitted on it and wiped their asses with it like it's okay to do.
Now. I
know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, but the thing is it's tiresome to deal with this government bull that they keep pushing out, yet giving us no rights to take care of our families. They take away from us, and they take and they take and they take, and they give nothing back in return except lip service, and that's exactly what they're doing. Sorry about that, John. I'm just
well,
getting, I get heated with this topic because I'm like everybody else in the United States, but I'm sometimes I become a loudmouth.
I couldn't find the mute button the bleep button fast enough.
But the
Hey,
thing,
let me finish up this thing. I don't think there's
all
about
right, go
a
ahead.
minute and a half left. That way you can cool down a little.
Yeah, I'll try.
Oh man, but this stuff they're saying, man, is just totally bogus.
It's all lies.
Yeah, it is. It's their feelings got hurt.
The vision of our founders and the oath of office that he takes to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Sadly, but with confidence and humility, with allegiance to our founders and a heart full of love for America, today I'm asking our chairman to proceed with articles of impeachment. I commend our committee chairs and our members for their somber approach to actions which I wish the president had not made necessary. In signing the Declaration of Independence, our founders invoked a firm reliance on divine providence. Democrats too are prayerful, and we will proceed in a manner worthy of our oath of office.
So she's going to say oath of office.
The Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help us God. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Man, I'm sorry, man. That's just crazy. Crazy. Who's that? That's not me, is it?
That's my side.
Oh, let me turn my volume down. How do I get this up? Oh, stop sharing. But that's crazy, y'all. I mean, these people have just made up something out of thin air, trying to impeach the president on nothing. I don't know. What else can I say? Oh, you're muted. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I have that phone ringing in the back. Sorry about that.
Adjust my volume. But yeah, I mean, is that not crazy, y'all?
It is.
I got too many tabs pulled up over here.
See, and they are, and that's just my opinion. They're just waiting for something to happen so that they can take control completely in that, and it's frustrating for me. It really is. It's really frustrating. I'm just like everybody else. I'm trying to survive out here, make money to get things that I need for my family to survive. And they make it more difficult every year by raising more taxes higher on us, and that by adding more things to it, saying it's the law, and it's just one thing on top of another, over and over and over again. And people like me are just getting so frustrated that we just don't know what to do anymore. And the only thing I can do is come out here and express how I feel about the stuff and hope that we can figure something out together.
Well, I'm glad I talked you out of, not quitting.
No, I was about ready. I made a video and I got mad and I was blaming everybody, and I shouldn't be doing that.
All I said was, hey, why are you quietening your own freedom of speech? That's basically what I did, and it made you think.
Well, of course it did. But the thing was, is as I got to that point where it's like, does my voice even really matter anymore? Do I do anything that I say in that is it going to make a difference anymore? So we have to ask ourselves these kind of questions. Are we relevant? Well, okay,
they're not going to realize how relevant we are until they do. If they do impeach Trump, there will be a civil war, and it'll be Democrats against the citizens.
That's it.
I'm serious, and the citizens outnumber the Democrats, because I'm going to tell you what. If they do impeach the president and a Democrat gets up there, the Democrats will see how wrong their party, after 3 years of having this president, they will see the change so drastically that they will take up arms.
Well,
Like
they're going to have.
the Constitution tells us to do, to fight against foreign and domestic terrorists.
Right.
Or enemy, or however.
Exactly. Yeah, but people need to. I know each and every one of us are hoping that we wake people up out there, and I know we push that issue, that push that out there, saying that, you know, we're going to come together and we're going to work together as a group to try to help make some changes in our own state, in our own states, in our own country. But it's difficult to do it when you have no avenue, no way of being able to do it. You can't even go and protest without having a freaking permit. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
you can't.
Yeah.
You
have a permit to sit there and exercise one of your constitutional rights.
Exactly.
You have the right to gather. You have the right to, you know, free speech. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, that's why I keep saying we don't have freedom of speech. Maybe it's an illusion that we have right now. If we had freedom of speech, we would be able to say and the things that our opinions and our views on certain topics, but we can't. If we say certain words in that about a certain group of people that we may not agree on, we go to jail. You know, and that's the part that people don't seem to understand. Our constitutional rights, our First Amendment rights, it's almost gone. They've already enacted this stuff already, saying it's not, you know, it's not freedom of speech anymore. It's government saying and doing what they want to do. You know,
well, that's like Pete Santelli and Deb talking about when they were in that federal court, and they were telling their lawyer what they needed to say, and the lawyer's like, well, you don't want to piss off the judge. It shouldn't matter if you piss off that judge or not. If they're going by the Constitution, if they're going by the law, it don't matter. I mean, they should not be getting pissed off,
right?
Unless it's affecting their agenda, and that's what it was doing.
And that's what the problem is. Anytime that we come up and we say something in regards and we disagree with what they're saying, oh no, you can't say that. You know, you can't do that. You can't. We just don't want to hear you. You know, and that's exactly what's going on with us. But how do we make sure our Constitution is going to be safe? How do we do that, guys?
Bear arms. It tells us to do that. We've got to protect our Constitution against enemies, foreign and domestic. And we got domestic enemies in this country.
We do.
One of them's name is Omar.
That's it.
I can't pronounce her first name, but she wears a rag on her head, and she's a dadgum information agent for dadgum, another country.
Exactly. But that's the thing. But they allow her to continue to do what she does, as they allow all the other guys that are up there in government when a crime has been committed against them. And everybody knows it's true, and it's a fact, and that nothing happens to them.
Yeah,
they are covered, guys. You are not. They are.
It's pitiful.
It is. It's sick.
And like we were talking earlier, I cannot find one person that is willing to go to the courthouse or anything with me around here. Not one person.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
I don't either. I've tried.
And then when you talk to them, they're like, "Well, it's better to not wake up the bear."
Yeah.
What? Your rights are getting stepped on, and you're like, "Well, let them take my rights because I don't want to make them mad and have to suffer the consequences." Well, you know what? If we don't suffer the consequences now by trying to stand up for what we believe in and what our Constitution is about, then our future generations are going to really be in sad shape.
I know. Y'all. And this could change as soon as 2020. That fast.
Or sooner.
Yeah.
Or sooner.
One little out of step, but somebody does something in that, and then that's it. Just like with the stuff about the guns and that. Because of the acts of a few, the rest have to suffer. What kind of logic is that? What kind of mentality are they using?
Well, their pocketbook mentality. They're trying to pillage the citizens of this country for everything we've got.
I know. It's sad. It's really sad. Yeah, I see that, and I'd like to talk to you about that because I don't know anything about that to get into pirate radio.
Are you talking about real radio waves? That's how ZZ Top got started. They're on pirate radio. I'm serious.
Yeah, but it's sad that people like you and me and all the people in chat have to get on their channels and talk about this stuff and say this stuff with it and put it out there. We shouldn't have to be doing this. We shouldn't have to be trying to stick up for our rights. There's no reason for this, and the only reason I can think of is a matter of control, and that's all it comes down to is control.
Yeah. Well, they want democracy means control the people.
Yeah.
Republic means control the government.
Yep.
By the people. The people control what the government does. The people say, hey, we don't want this Obamacare, but we would like to have some health care that does this. And then the government tries to make that kind of health care, not the way Obama did it. Nope. I mean, come on. Obama was the king. If anybody acted like a king in office, it was Obama.
Oh,
and every time that joker got on the camera, climate change. Well, if you want to stop climate change, stop the chemtrailing. It's as simple as that. We would not be having climate change if it wasn't for all these dadgum airplanes spraying our skies full of all these heavy metals that are causing autism, lung problems, and birth defects and killing everything. I mean, trees, vegetation, animals, us.
Yeah. And we no, but it's understandable, John. Why? Because these are passionate reasons. What you were saying, these are things that are actually happening to us, and we're being ignored by our own country.
When I first started doing this, I was mad because they were messing up my sunshine that it could have been shining on me. I don't care if it was getting hot. It was natural. Now it's unnatural.
Well, it is. It's unnatural, especially in Colorado with water, with plastic in the water supply.
That's worldwide.
That's just sick.
Oh, did you see the new thing about e-cigarettes, the vaping?
No, I didn't hear something about
that. They
said
that they've done some testing, and the vaping stuff is leaving heavy metals in everybody's lungs. Think about it. You know how those people vape and got the clouds coming out? Evidently, it's the same crap they're putting in the back of airplanes.
And that's the part, and that's the part that makes me laugh. For when you were talking about the chemtrails and that, when we were talking a few days ago, John Boy, about them putting that banner at the bottom of your page and that, stating this information in that by a third party that's doing it, not by YouTube, but by a third party that's doing it. Okay.
A misinformation crew that's trying to straighten out the misinformation that I'm putting out.
Exactly. See, they're
doing misinformation.
But we have on our side, we have proof. Okay, see, that's the problem with this whole thing about them wanting to say, no, we're not doing this or doing anything else. Well, we have proof. We even have the president on a freaking plane showing the canisters on there of the stuff that they are spraying. And they're saying, no, they ain't doing it. What? We have documentation showing the stuff about weather modifications that's been going on since the 1940s. And it's still continuing going on. We have companies in the United States and across the world that have weather modification companies.
Well, if you think about it, back in the 1800s, they knew how to shoot that silver iodine up in the sky and make it rain. Yeah. They started back then.
Yeah.
And then in the 40s, that was kind of like first grade. But now they're up like college level, man. I mean,
exactly. But they think that we're retarded, dude. They think we're stupid. They think that we can't think with our own minds about what we see and what's going on. We don't have to read the documents. Just walk outside and see how much cloud cover you got. And then if you see a cloud, if you see a streak of white line going through and it disappears within a few minutes, you know that is just the stuff coming out of the back of a plane. But the other stuff sticks around for a long time and it starts spreading out. And then they add more lines and it spreads out and spreads out and spreads out. If you watch it, you will see it. But people don't want to see anything like that. They don't want to see what's really happening. They just want to believe what their government is telling them instead of the facts.
exactly.
And it's sad and it's scary that we have to be up here doing this, afraid at the same time about if Big Brother's going to come to our door because we're doing stuff like this. We've already been called deplorables. We've already been called terrorists online. What's next? You know, and that's the part that I'm concerned about. What is going to happen to us if we lose our constitutional rights? And as long as that president is still there in that office, we're going to have our rights. And if they get him out of that office, we're going to be screwed. I'm not saying the president that we have now is perfect, by all means, because not even us are perfect out here. We all make mistakes and we all have problems and issues that we have to deal with every day. But the president right now is sticking up for our rights. And he is helping us as much as possible. And they're trying to take him, the best he can. And they're trying to take him down. They've done this since the day that he decided to become president. And it has not stopped. The day that him and Melania came down that escalator and announced that he was going to run for president, they started to attack him immediately. And it's been that since the beginning. And they even said it. If he does become president, that we will find any which way to impeach him. And this is what they've done.
You're hearing that exactly on John Boy's channel. Something's going on down in Texas. Peeps is trying to cover it.
Uh-oh.
Open your eyes, Peeps. He saw a bunch of Black Hawks, now he's seeing a bunch more.
He's right in his area, huh?
Yeah, he's in Texas somewhere.
Man. See, it's everywhere we turn. It's everything that we see. Because there's millions of us out here, guys, and we see, and we're all reporting this stuff to each other of what we're seeing, what's going on. We're not blind.
Well, that's why they sat there and raised the threshold up so high on being able to live stream on your phone, because there's too many people able to live stream what they're seeing in the sky, at that moment, live moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not only that, but tank movement and stuff like that. So they raised that threshold up to make it hard for people. But I had an app. It never affected me because I didn't like the YouTube thing anyhow.
Right. But the thing is Pelosi and them are pushing an agenda to get rid of the president of the United States. That agenda does not only mean the president of the United States, that means us as well too, guys. It is not just an attack on the president of the United States. It is an attack on each one of us that believe in our constitutional rights and that are being taken away from us.
Yeah.
And we as a nation need to get out, and we need to say something about it. We could say as much as we want here on YouTube and that and on other platforms and that, but really they have control over that. They'll allow what goes out and what they're not going to allow to go out. You know what I mean? Exactly. And that's what's happening. We don't have freedom of speech, but the FCC and that, they can come on and they can put all this crap on TV and make it look all real good and everything and no problems. And they want to push this COPA and all this other crap on us. And we're supposed to sit by and say, yeah, it's for the children. No, guys, it's not for the children. What they're doing is they're using your children as a way to take your rights away from you.
They're messing up the kids right now because they're the potential vote. Well, they're not potential. They are going to be the next generation of votes. and they got these kids confused at the age of 6 if they're boy or girl. And they're letting drag queens come in and read to the first graders and open up their legs in front of them and expose themselves. And that's all good.
Right.
What happened to protecting the children? I mean,
really protect the children.
You don't put drag queen, and I'm sorry, this is not hate speech, but my opinion is children should not be subjected to adult stuff.
Exactly.
Right? And that is adult stuff.
Exactly. But the problem is they're using the kids as the excuse, so that they can keep pushing their agenda on everybody. And and if we just sit back and don't do nothing about it, then they'll win. When it's just that simple. I know you guys are frustrated. I know you guys are tired of hearing this stuff from all of us out here, repeating the same stuff over and over and over again. I'm tired of repeating the same stuff over. But how much more can we endure in this country that we're in, which we love so much? It's our homes. It's our country. This is the greatest nation in the world, in my opinion. But the problem is, we cannot live like this anymore. If you truly want freedom in the United States, you truly believe that you have rights to say, you have the right for your opinions and your views in that, then you need to make sure that everybody hears it. And that's the only way that we're going to be able to do anything. But we got to get people in there that we can trust, people that actually stick up for the people of the United States, not these people that we have right now in government, because all they're doing is using us to benefit themselves, not us. And we've got to work as a team, work as groups, work as a nation to come together on this and say, that's it, no more. Yeah. But I'm out of words, guys. That's why this morning I said that's it, because I ran out of words about what to say anymore, because I don't know what to do, and I'm confused on why the people of the United States ain't doing anything about it. It's great that we're doing what we're doing now, John Boy. We're on here and we're talking about the problems about what Pelosi is doing right now and all this other crap that's happening to us.
Well, it's not just her; it's the whole team of them.
Exactly, but I was just using her as an example.
Team of them, man.
Right, but I see what's happening here in our state, and just in my state, sanctuary city. We got Bloomberg here now pushing his agenda about the gun rights and taking their gun rights away from us. And I got to listen to this stuff because the people here in Colorado don't want to do nothing. They don't want to stand up. They don't want to say nothing.
Nobody here in Tennessee either. No,
they don't want to do nothing because they're afraid. And I understand that. But when your kids come to you and they turn around and they tell you, Mommy, I can't, they won't let me go to school because I can't, whatever the situation may be, they push their agenda on the children. And then they push it to the parents as well. They've taken the parents' rights away from them. You can't even do anything with your kids. Even in schools, when something happens to a kid, hypothetically, something happens to a kid in school, okay? And they send the kid down to the principal, and then from there they need to talk to the counselor. Well, what do the counselors ask them? And I've seen what they do in that. They ask them stupid questions like, "Are you having problems at home? Yeah. Is mom and dad doing drugs? Did somebody touch you? This kind of stuff that they're asking. They're asking little children these questions, and that when it has nothing to do with anything else.
This is my deal.
Go ahead.
When I went to high school, in my 4 years of high school, I saw 6 pistols, revolvers. Nobody ever got shot, but there were guns in my school.
Yeah.
And they wasn't they were students that had them.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I don't get it.
No.
When I went to school, it was in the early 80s. High school, I graduated in 86. Things were different back then. You had a law come up a couple times a year, and had to arrest, do the fights or whatever, but
Right.
it never made the news.
Because now it's changed so dramatically that the kids now think, unfortunately, they're being pushed towards violence.
Well, like
You
on
know?
TV, you watch TV, CBS in the afternoon, man, all it is cop shows. You either got NCIS Los Angeles, NCIS New Orleans, FBI. Now they got one coming out called FBI's Most Wanted, sitcom things, So what else? You got
The
Maggie PI.
the reality TV.
No, these are just weekly shows, right? But they're
Mhm.
all cop based. And last night they had SWAT. Oh yeah, I forgot SWAT with that daggum Jerome guy. Whoa, that guy thinks he's. Oh man, I can't stand him. But you know what their show was about last night? School shooting.
See, it's all pushed into that. Anything that
Oh,
has to,
then
they
you
just
got
push it
Madam
and push it.
Secretary. They're replicating. She was getting impeached. They're replicating. When it first started out, she was a secretary of the state, right?
Right.
She was acting like Hillary, and everything that was going on back in the day with Hillary when she was up there doing what she did, whatever it was. They were reenacting it, right? Well, somehow or another, this woman is now the president of the United States, and they were going to impeach her. And they were doing, it was the same kind of sham we're seeing in real life. They were doing, well, we believe this and we believe that. And I'm like, man, they're making a mockery of what's really going on.
Right. And they're pushing their agenda through that.
Right.
That's how they do it. That's how they do this stuff.
Yeah.
That's how exactly, John. Right on the point, man. That's exactly what they do. They put that stuff on the tube and that they sit the little children down in front of it and they say, this is what reality is really like. And it's not. The reality is they're pushing that issue so that the kids grow up saying, yeah, I got to follow what my government tells me to do and stuff. No, you got to follow what the people say to do, not the government. That's the problem. And you got to follow what your parents say to you. The right thing's good from wrong. But now it's like we were talking about the other day, John Boy, bad is good, good is bad.
2 + 2.
I mean, yeah, 2 + 2 is 5. It's the whole new math. That's what I'm saying. What gives them the right to control us?
They don't have a right. Our Constitution tells us that they don't have a right to control us. We have the right to control them.
Right. But the problem is that people don't understand that nowadays.
Yeah,
people are blind to what the Constitution says, John Boy.
Oh, they've been lied to by the government, and they believe the government hook, line, and sinker for all these years. And I guarantee it started a long time ago, but I guarantee it, like my parents, they were led to believe one way. Well, that way has changed.
Right.
Well, they're still sticking to the way they were taught how the government works. Well, the government's not working that way now.
Nope.
But they're still believing in the government. Well, our government is not for the people. The last president that was for the people got killed in the back of a convertible. You know what I'm saying?
Because he was coming out to tell the truth.
Oh, he was fixing to bust out the FBI and everything back then. So you imagine 50 years of the FBI doing whatever they want to do since his assassination. You know what I mean? He was fixing to bust them out then. Well, if they're that bad then, think how bad they are now. That's why.
And we see the effects of the FBI now with the director that we just had, So we know exactly what they're saying and what's going on in our own country and that. But the scary thing is I'm expecting this stuff to happen here in the United States. I'm expecting martial law in the United States. I'm expecting the rights to be taken away from our constitutional rights to be taken away from us. So my question to everybody out there is, what do we do? What do we do?
I don't know.
Do we continue to do this and point everything that they say and critique what they say in that to make sure that they're telling the truth. That's the only way that we could discern what the truth is by facts.
That's how we need. That's how we need to end this thing on that question. What do we do, people? What are y'all gonna do? What are y'all gonna do out there? Okay.
Exactly.
Because I'm trying to do what I'm doing. People's Last Stand's trying to do what he's doing. We need more people to get up and say something. Use your voice. Use your First Amendment while you got it. I mean, please.
Right. And if you're not sure about the stuff,
nothing.
Right. And if you're not sure about the stuff in that, just research it.
Yeah.
Look at it and research it. Don't believe everything that we say out here, guys. Take things with a grain of salt, because there's a lot of lie and there's a lot of disinformation out here too. But we've got to stick together, and we've got to be a family here that works with each other. And we, if we see something happening in our state, I will pass that information off to you. If you see it going on in your state that you know is wrong, pass it on to us as well too, to all your friends. Let them know what's happening. But we've got to get this out, because YouTube's not going to allow us. We got a few days left come the 10th. And a lot of us are going to be gone. And I'm sure all my friends, probably about I'd say probably about 90% of my friends are going to be gone off YouTube. And they're going to use everything that they can to use on you. They're using COPA. They're using certain words you can't say, which, I don't understand why we can't say certain words, because
you know where I'm at on D Live. It's in the description at the top. My D Live channel is in the description, y'all.
Exactly. And I'm about to do that same thing myself. Get mine set up the way that I want it set up, because this platform is not going to be here, and I know I'm going to be kicked out here because of the things that I say. And you guys have heard me say some things that that they're not going to like.
Let's go ahead and get ready to round this thing up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play this whole video in its entirety at the end. You know what I'm saying? And you can go ahead and get off. You know what I'm saying? You can leave, and I'm just going to sit back and let this video play out.
Sounds good.
But I want to do some shout outs to everybody that's out there. We got Palladian Scientist UFO Builder just showed up. How you doing? We got Born a Racer. Jenny B's been out there. Jim G. Hodgepodge showed up a little bit ago. We had Super Dave 44 in the house. We had, who else did we have out? Agony was out there. Dadgum, I can't get my mouse to work.
We have Rob S.
Jim G. I said Jim G.
The Polar Message.
Yeah, the Polar Message. He's on my D Live channel. Subscribe to me. I'm subscribed to him there. Who else showed up here today?
I'm looking at all of the chat right now, and I think you pretty much got everybody.
I think everybody that spoke, anyhow. Tales of the Blue-Eyed Indian was in the house too. Neither side views.
And then there's Tyrone Smith as well too.
Yeah. Tyrone, thank you for coming by. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of chop on what's going on in our White House, man. This is all crazy and is unconstitutional, and it's election meddling on the Democrat side. Simple as that.
I know, it's right in front of your face. You can't miss it. Yeah. She's saying it right in front of your face, guys. And that's the bad part, and that's the scary part. But I'm gonna let you finish doing what you need to do on the rest of the show, John. You're gonna show and then I'm gonna drop out.
Okay, well, People's Last, you coming in, and I'm gonna go ahead.
No problem. And again, I apologize if I said too much.
All
right, guys. we got to go in there and bleep that little part.
All
right, guys. Thank you for coming. Yeah, no problem, John Boy. And guys, thank you for coming in chat. I appreciate you guys coming and listening to me rant as well too. Just be safe, guys. Be aware of your what's around you. They call it situation awareness. pay attention to what's happening to your neighbors, you know, and help those who need help that need it. Don't walk away like our government is with the poor and the homeless out there. If somebody needs something and you got a couple of dollars, help them, man. Don't question them, because that's not for us to judge. Let's help as many as we can. Let's help our brothers and sisters that are here on YouTube as well too. You know, if they need help, please help them. We've got to stick together, because if we don't stick together, it's going to be lost. And I don't want to see any of you guys getting hurt out there. So all I got to say is thank you for allowing me to come on here and rant with you guys and that. And John Boy, we're going to get started doing this president thing again, you and I.
All right.
And we're going to push hard.
Are you going to do your thing on the chemtrails that we're going to
do? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I am, because I've got all the notes and everything, and I've got all the pictures and the documents and everything that I need to show fact about the trails in the sky.
Well, like I said, don't give up on your freedom of speech while you have it. You know what
exactly.
I mean?
And I'm not. I just got really frustrated. And I'm just tired of the citizens of the United States being lied to and being treated like we're the scum of the earth, you know. And it's not, and it's not right, and it's not right. All right, John, we'll talk to you later. Well, everybody in chat, take care.
All right,
we'll see you, John.
See you later. Have a good night.
You too. Bye.
All right, y'all, I'm gonna end this by playing this. Is basically her audio of what Nancy Pelosi did on live TV this morning. If anybody missed it, this is my version of the video, but it's fair use. Y'all listen to it in entirety. I'm gonna gather up my dog. It's getting dark. It's about 5 minutes. So I appreciate everybody that came in and showed up. Be sure to hit that like button. I don't usually say that, but it helps on the algorithm. I mean, we're fighting every which way we can look. I mean, YouTube's coming at us. The government's coming at us. I mean, it's crazy out there, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna play this in its. What I just do? I'm gonna play this in its entirety, and I'll come back when it's over and tell everybody good night. But y'all listen to what this crazy is talking about here. Fair use, fair use. Oh man, hang on. Dadgummit. I had the speaker off.
Of independence from an oppressive monarch, for among other grievances, the king's refusal to follow rightfully passed laws. In the course of today's events, it becomes necessary for us to address, among other grievances, the president's failure to faithfully execute the law. When crafting the Constitution, the founders feared the return of a monarchy in America. And having just fought a war of independence, they specifically feared the prospect of a king president corrupted by foreign influence. During the Constitutional Convention, James Madison, the architect of the Constitution, warned that a president might betray his trust to foreign powers, which might prove fatal to the Republic. Another founder, Governor Morris, feared that a president may be bribed by a greater interest to betray his trust. He emphasized that this magistrate is not the king. The people are the king. They therefore created a constitutional remedy to protect against a dangerous or corrupt leader: impeachment. Unless the Constitution contained an impeachment provision, one founder warned, a president might, quote, spare no effort or means whatsoever to get himself reelected. Similarly, George Mason insisted that a president who procured his appointment in his first instance through improper and corrupt acts might repeat his guilt and return to power. During the debate over impeachment at the Constitutional Convention, George Mason also asked, shall any man be above justice? Shall that man be above it who can commit the most extensive injustice? In his great wisdom, he knew that injustice committed by the president erodes the rule of law, the very idea that of fair justice, which is the bedrock of our democracy. And if we allow a president to be above the law, we do so surely at the peril of our republic. In America, no one is above the law. Over the past few weeks, through the Intelligence Committee working with the Foreign Affairs and Oversight Committees, the American people have heard the testimony of truly patriotic career public servants, distinguished diplomats, and decorated war heroes, some of the president's own appointees. The facts are uncontested. The president abused his power for his own personal political benefit at the expense of our national security by withholding military aid and crucial Oval Office meeting in exchange for an announcement of an investigation into his political rival. Yesterday, the Judiciary Committee, the American people heard testimony from leading American constitutional scholars who illuminated without a doubt that the president's actions are a profound violation of the public trust. The president's actions have seriously violated the Constitution, especially when he says and acts upon the belief. Article 2 says I can do whatever I want. No, his wrongdoing strikes at the very heart of our Constitution, a separation of powers, 3 co-equal branches, each a check and balance on the other. A republic, if we can keep, said Benjamin Franklin. Our democracy is what is at stake. The president leaves us no choice but to act because he is trying to corrupt, once again, the election for his own benefit. The president has engaged in abuse of power, undermining our national security and jeopardizing the integrity of our elections. His actions are in defiance of the vision of our founders and the oath of office that he takes to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. Sadly, but with confidence and humility, with allegiance to our founders and a heart full of love for America, today I am asking our chairman to proceed with articles of impeachment. I commend our committee chairs and our members for their somber approach to actions which I wish the president had not made necessary. In signing the Declaration of Independence, our founders invoked a firm reliance on divine providence. Democrats too are prayerful, and we will proceed in a manner worthy of our oath of office to support and defend the Constitution of the United States from all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help us God. Thank you.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. If y'all heard that bull hockey, man, let me get rid of that. We still got anybody in here? 7 people. Y'all stayed in here through that, peeps? I got my head. Man, I was cut. Y'all might have heard me chopping some wood out there. It's still on the nippy side around here, y'all. But that's unbelievable. I think I'm going to broadcast this on D Live for, I don't know, I already did a broadcast on it, but I think I'm just going to let that speech repeat itself over and over. Because, man, I just can't believe these people are going this far with a sham. I mean, it is a sham if I've ever seen one. Oh, no, where am I? Oh, there it is. But y'all, I appreciate y'all sticking around. People's Last Stand, still in the house. UFO builder. I still never got that. We need to do a live on that, though, UFO. We'll figure that out. I still haven't seen a link to that, though, in my Hangouts. In Vino Vertes, I think it's probably right, but Trump accidentally beat the system, and they're mad. They're mad about it. Yeah, that's the reason I'm running for president. John Boy for president. You know why? I want to make America redneck again. I want America to be founded on what it was founded on, not on this bullcrap democracy. I want it to be founded on the republic for which it stands under one God. One God. Is that not what it says? With justice and liberty for all, right? Am I right or wrong? It don't matter if you trust anybody or not. You know what I'm saying? He's the best we got. I've been around for a long time, and out of all of them, he's been doing he's stuck up to his word, even with all the crap he's having to deal with. All right, UFO, yeah, I'd like to do a live here, that, or get on People's Last Stand and do the live, because we need to get the agenda out there so you got your information on it. Let's see. Man, I ain't that deep into the politics, Vino. All I know is politics are corrupt. And then you get one guy in there trying to straighten it out, and you can see the corruption bubble to the top. Or, like I like to say, you drain the swamp, and you got the scum on the bottom, you got to scrape on out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the problem. Trump, old King Obama, wanted us in that new world order. That's all they ever talked about. New world order and climate change. Man, I'm glad Trump did what he did, man. We're paying that gum other countries' carbon tax, which is a scam in itself. Carbon tax, carbon footprints. I mean, if that's the case, we expel carbon every time we exhale. We're fixing to start getting taxed for breathing, which we are getting taxed. It's getting harder to breathe. Oh, I'm getting on a rant. I better slow down. Peeps, we are the revolution. We just got to get more people together. Our voices is what we need. We got to get our voices together in great numbers. And then we can get something done, because a republic is run by the people. A democracy is run by the government. And we are not a democracy, but they keep saying our democracy. No, this is a republic, not a democracy. I don't know if Michael Obama, who knows, that man, I mean woman, whatever it is, they still ain't seen Obama's daggum birth certificate yet. He don't have one. I think he was a test tube science project, man. I'm serious. Obama, man, that joker. I mean, that was the biggest joke of a president we ever had in my lifetime. Well, you know what? It don't matter if Trump is the answer or not. At least he's doing something, not going with the flow. It's that simple. It's that simple, people. Hmm. Yeah, if I like checking out channels that don't have any content, Vino. None whatsoever. So that tells me you're working for one of the three-letter gangs, trying to mess up the chat, mess up the algorithm. I'm just saying, I know how it works. And there's probably another channel or two that's in the backstage, not backstage up here, but in the darkness of the chat room, they're not chatting because they're listening, trying to see where the American people are with their minds. Well, that look, Ted Young, let me get that pulled up here. That's their moneymaker, UFO. Wars, that makes them money. I mean, that's how, who was it? The Rothschilds? They finance both sides. That way they don't lose. They're financing both sides. If you don't have content when YouTube does their purge, your channel will be gone. And it don't matter if you've been on here since 2010. All that means is you worked for a three-letter agency since 2010 on YouTube. Me. You might have met me there, but that don't mean you ain't. I mean, I'm sorry. I just don't trust anybody. The way this government has done, all the American people over all these years gathering information on everybody, nobody's to be trusted. Well, yeah, it's your opinion, but if you can't see that Trump has done better than any other president, he pulled us out of the New World Order. If you think the New World Order is going to be good, where UN troops could come into our country like they did, and where was that? Was it Oklahoma? They took over that building and said it was UN territory, international. No state law or federal law applied to them inside that building. I mean, come on. If we go with the New World Order, we will be under New World Order law. That means the UN soldiers come in. That's why Trump pulled us out. And if you can't see that's a good thing, that's all I'm saying. And that ain't my opinion, that's a fact. Why hodgepodge? Utah, okay, thanks, last stand. I couldn't remember, man. I just know the gist of it. When you got any kind of foreign entity comes in and says no American law applies in this building, problems. And if we had a stuck with the UN, the New World Order, we definitely had some problems. You know what I mean? I don't trust any of them forever, Vino. I don't trust anybody in government because our government's not a republic government. Our government is a democracy government, meaning control the people. When this country's supposed to be a republic, meaning the people control the government. The government is supposed to be the voice of the people. Us, the people, want this impeachment bullcrap to stop. But them, the government, especially the demon rats, want to impeach the only politician we've ever had in there that's trying to make a change. I mean, that government, maybe he's a little rough doing it, but he's made companies come back to America. He's put these tariffs on these other countries, and that's funding what the farmers aren't making. I mean, he's made up for the farmers' loss by putting tariffs on other countries' goods coming in to equal out to what the farmers had lost. I mean, he's a businessman, and the United States is a corporation. So who better to have in there than a businessman? Just saying. Hey, peeps. Yeah, they can take mine. I got D-Live. Probably not going to stay on YouTube much longer anyhow. I'm tired of YouTube. Look, I'm not left, right, conservative, liberal, or anything. I'm 100% American hillbilly. And I want to make America redneck again. You know what I mean? I want America to be able to be themselves, be a community of everybody thinking one. I mean, everybody working together, not against each other. Our government has caused division amongst the people of this great United States of America on purpose. So nobody can come to terms with any agreement upon anything. If you believe there are chemtrails, they call you a conspiracy theorist. But yet, I put the link to the chemtrail program in the chat earlier. They came out and said that they are geoengineering, but people still want to say it's conspiracy. They've come out and said it. They got patents on all of it. I mean, really. That's the reason I'm running for president. I'm going to get in there and everybody's fired. You think Donald Trump fired everybody when he had the Apprentice show? Man, I'm going to be hanging folks, man. All these people are treasonous. I mean, they've committed. And if you do treason, it's a death penalty by hanging. There's going to be a lot of people swinging from the White House. I swear. And that ain't hate speech. that's that's our laws in this country. Yeah, it's going to be hard to do, UFO. Because they think they're above the law. They think I mean, for instance, when I was riding my motorized bicycles, I'm on the back roads out here in the middle of nowhere. And I got to sit there and have these people tell me, these cops tell me that if I didn't want to be harassed, I shouldn't have been on the road. I asked them not to come on my property, and they still did. And then once they stepped onto my property, I told them they were trespassing. They said, I'm doing a legal trespass for a legal traffic stop. 14th Amendment, 4th Amendment says that I have the right to use that public road without fear of being stopped for anything unless I cause property damage or personal injury. And then they wanted to violate. Well, I ain't going to get on to that. But all I'm saying is we've lost our constitutional right in this country. And I'm tired of it. And that's why I'm running for president. John Boy for president. Let's make America redneck again. But yeah, I wasn't planning on going long after I did that. Here I am. I can't help it. I get to ranting. I threw some wood in the stove. It's starting to heat up. It's cold out here in this shop, man. I got like a 12 by 24 shop, and it's packed. So when it gets cold at night, it don't matter how much I try to warm it up. Everything in here is cold, and it takes a while for it to heat up. Man, it's just like I said earlier. When they're investigating a drug ring, they don't arrest the first person they run across. They get in there and they watch for years and they try to get to the top. You don't arrest Hillary right off. You watch what Hillary does and you see who she's talking to. And you just sit there and gather more information and you're gathering more people and you're getting when the axe drops, you'll have them all. Me too, peeps. I've been ready. I got the big bug out backpack ready. I got bug out bags in my Jeep. I got the bug out buggy ready to hit the woods. I've got food buried out in the back. Cause when it hits the fan, I'm already at my bug out camp. All right. So I already got a head start out of the big cities. And when the crap does hit the fan, I'm going out into the deeper woods. Because I live out in the middle of nowhere. I'm a hillbilly. And I live in the backwoods. And I'm gonna go in those backwoods and let everybody kill each other over food and everything. And I'm gonna wait about 6 months. Then I'm gonna come back to my bug out, see what's left. But I do know they won't find the food I have buried out there in the back. So I'll still have a food supply. Y'all just watch. And people say a lone wolf ain't gonna make it. A lone wolf is a lone wolf for a reason. I can't keep this daggum cigarette lit. Well, that's what you got to ask Trump, Vina. Vino, you're going to have to ask Trump that. I'm not going to do like the Democrats and go, well, I feel like he hadn't done it. Well, I think he hadn't done. I do not know. I'm not privy to that kind of information of why none of that stuff's been done. You'll just have to ask Trump. I got his Twitter. You want his Twitter account? You might can tweet him. I mean, I'll tweet him. I've even seen if he wanted to vote for John Boy. But yeah, it's just crazy, y'all. Excuse me. Man, it sounds like that fire's going, but it ain't. I'm telling you, man, all these chemtrails have messed up any kind of wood you can cut. And nothing wants to burn. Everything's rotted in the center or hard as a rock in the center. Depends on the kind of tree. The outside bark will be mushy 2 inches into the wood, or the inside will be rotted out. Well, we all got reservations about all of them. Ain't nothing we can do about it. But vote John Boy for president, because I'm going to go in there and do something about it, man. I'm getting rid of everything, man. We don't need this many people in the government. We don't need as many people as they got. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous. The taxpayers are being taxed out the butt. And in all actuality, income tax is a voluntary deal. There's no law saying you have to pay income tax. But nobody believes that. There's a guy got a bounty of $1 million. If anybody can find the law that says you need to pay income tax, he will give you $1 million. I was born with this accent. I almost said an incent for some reason. That's right. John Boy 2020. I'm seriously, if you hashtag John Boy for president, if you hashtag that right there, run all the letters together, it takes you to my site. And my Twitter, I think I have my Twitter. Let's see, how can I do that? Okay. All right, I'm through with that. Boom, get rid of that. And my Twitter is, it's in the description anyhow. But my Twitter is John Boy for president. Y'all think I was joking around when I sat there and was running for president? I'm not joking. I'm trying to get the word out that all of our dadgum rights have been stepped on. We have no rights anymore. Oh man, why doesn't the description show in here? What? It won't show a description when you're live. Is that not weird? That's crazy, y'all. Huh. Man, it sounds like that fire's going now. Have they taken my description out of all my videos? I mean, come on. Man, I never updated anything, but it sure looks like everything got updated on me because everything's changing. All right, here. What? They have taken all the descriptions out of my videos, y'all. I had fair use descriptions and everything, and nothing's there. What in the world is going on? I want y'all to look at this. Hang on. I know for a fact this one's got, this is where I just went and got the dadgum geoengineering link. Look at this. Go down here in my description, in this description right here, right? I go to hit that, nothing. They took my description link out of there. My fair use claim and everything is gone out of there, y'all. What in the world? All right, I know I got it in this one too. Where they put the contrail banner up. All right, show more. What? Why do I not have a description in any of this now? You've got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. I don't believe this, y'all. Now I know I put, because I was busting these people out on this one. Show more. There's nothing to show. Man, I got my Twitter link was in there. Everything was in there. My DLive account. You've got to be kidding me. What in the world, man? I apologize. I'm not looking at the chat right now. Yeah, last stand, did your electricity go out? You said something about your electricity was going to go out. Well, since these people want to play this game with my daggum descriptions, they must have heard I was going to put my DLive link out there. But I'm fixing to do it right now. Ooh, ooh. There's my DLive account, y'all. If anybody wants to check out my DLive channel, there's nothing on it yet. I need 200 followers. Right now, I only have 52, so I need 148 more. So that ain't too bad. But my OBS works halfway decent. It's not the best, but it works halfway decent on it. Kimberly Hollinsworth, how you doing? I'm doing all right. Just got a little upset on that Nancy Pelosi bull crap. I mean, how can they believe the stuff they're saying? And they're running with it. That's what I don't get. They're running with it. They're like, like it's the gospel word. It's crazy. Man, I cannot believe my links, my descriptions are gone in all my daggum videos on YouTube. Let me try this again. That's just unbelievable to me. I went through all that time putting descriptions and fair use and all that. Okay, it's showing here. What? Y'all gotta be kidding me. Now it's showing here. See what I mean? Look, I'm gonna share this real quick just to show y'all. Y'all saw me go to my video earlier, right? Well, now look. I went back to it, and there's my description. Look, there's a lot of it. I told y'all I had descriptions, but y'all just saw it, didn't? But there it is. And what I was gonna show you, look, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put my Twitter out here. If anybody wants to follow me on Twitter, it's John Boy for President. Y'all think I was joking, but that's my Twitter account right there. I ain't kidding about running for president, y'all. I'm not gonna be spending millions because I don't have millions. I only have hundreds. Yeah, screw tube, man. They messed. Oh, they got a third party that puts these contrail banners on because they're saying we don't want anybody misinforming people. Well, I sent them feedback going, well, you know, your definition's true on what a contrail is, but y'all are misinforming people on what a chemtrail is. So who's doing the misinformation? I sent the feedback to them. And then I did this live right here. Y'all want to check it out. It's called Third Party Misinformation Campaign, caught red-handed. Yeah. Put a banner under that one. Because they put a banner on this one. Where's it at? Yeah. It's called My Tennessee Morning Sky. And when you click, I hate that. I don't know where that player comes. But see how they put that banner down? Oh, man. I thought I was sharing my screen. My bad. I thought I was sharing my screen, y'all. I was. How did it unclick off? See how they put that banner underneath my video? Oh, it so when they did that, that's when I went and did this third-party misinformation campaign, caught red-handed. And I used the thumbnail with their banner under it. And guess what? You click on that, there's no banner. You know why? Because in their description, they said, for example, moon landing hoax. They want everybody to believe they landed on the moon. Well, I proved it in this video right here. Check this out. Fair use is my own video, and I already fair use this video. Where's it at? Look at all the dust this thing kicks up. Oh, what was that? I think I got a great horned owl out there. Yeah, there it goes. Look at all that dust. Now, y'all tell me, if they landed on the moon, how come all those little rocks and stuff were still there? And with the moon having whatever the gravity is a whole lot less than here, a dust cloud should still be surrounding the moon just from one moon landing. Look at all the dust this thing's kicking up. This is on Earth. This is with air and heavier gravity. You got all that dust going up like that. Well, if you landed on the moon, you're going to be putting up a dust cloud too, but there's no atmosphere. So how in the world is there not still dust all the way around the moon? You know what I mean? I need to chill out, y'all. But look, y'all, I appreciate y'all showing up. I'm going to go ahead and end this. It's getting dark. I'm going to go inside, call it a night, fix me something to eat. Well, daggum racer, did you get your shower in? No. Oh, man. But y'all, I appreciate it. Hodgepodge and UFO Builder and Super Dave, you're still in here. People's Last Stand. All y'all for coming to Kimberly Hollingsworth. Thank you. But I'm going to go ahead and call it a night, y'all. And y'all take it easy. And until next time, I'll see y'all later. Bye.